All right, there's going to be a webinar going on the 26th of this month, and it's going to be for your borrowers who've had a recent credit incident.
Yes.
And somebody maybe has limited funds. In
Yes.
other words, somebody with bad credit and broke. Somebody who has possibly a non-QM situation, or in other words, everybody in my extended friends and family. If you want to check this thing out, and by the way, seriously, guys, it's going to be great. Okay, because we know a lot of people got dings on their credit report.
Right.
And we know a lot of people who don't have a lot of funds. So check this thing out. Click this banner right over there on Facebook. It's right up above. Again, the 26th. Now, did you know that Lennar has teamed up with Amazon and Alexa to build an Alexa home, an Amazon Alexa home?
Wow.
Now, of course, your new smart home is going to integrate with your phone, and it'll be used to unlock your doors, voice command your thermostat, turn on and off your lights, and integrate with your appliances.
Well, what if Alexa, burns your lasagna? Alexa, take out the trash! Alexa, bring me another drink! Huh?
I can see you're going to find yourself in an abusive relationship with artificial intelligence.
Well, here's my question. Do you want to have your whole house bugged by a company that wants to sell you everything in the world?
Well, hold on a second here, because that's actually an interesting point, because one thing they promise is that there will be no dark spots with your connections.
No dark spots with our connections. Of course not! They need to hear every single thing you say. And let's not forget the NSA, the CIA, and probably the Russians are tapped into Amazon, which means they're tapped into you!
Do you really care if people hear what you have to say?
No. It's not the point. It's not the point. Privacy is necessary for freedom of speech or expression. We cannot communicate openly with each other unless we are sure that our conversations will not be overheard and filed by the government or repeated in the mass media. Even political conversations may require privacy, as when civil servants and ministers or coalition partners discuss sensitive matters of policy, they may not want to disclose, at least for the time being. So without privacy, you may not share open communication, and your communication alters because you don't have privacy. Then you don't have free speech. So if you buy a house that you know is bugged by the largest retailer in the country, you are giving up your privacy, freedom of speech, and freedom of expression. And by the way, have fun under the sheets tonight.
Here's a great marketing and Halloween tip for any real estate agent or lender. Here you go.
So when I was a kid, I remember really loving getting the big candy bars at Halloween, because who doesn't love big candy bars? So I was thinking about what I can do to help my clients who've just moved into new neighborhoods get sort of settled in. And I decided the fastest way to make someone popular is to give them a box of large candy bars to hand out to the neighborhood kids who are walking around with their parents on Halloween. So I actually came up with this year before last year, but I was too close to Halloween. So I finally got to do it last year. And basically, just a Costco box of full-size candy bars. It's like 18 bucks. I think I'm all in for $23, $24, $25 with shipping. Drop ship 70 of those out to everybody that I've closed in the last year, and a couple people who I felt really liked it the year before, who really played it up on Facebook for me, to be honest, and blasted it out. It did really well with clients, and I got so much engagement from real estate agents. This is one of the things that they wish they'd thought of as a pop buy. It's not expensive, has nothing to do with a religious holiday. Super simple, super basic, and nobody's mad at candy to hand out. So inside every package, there's a card, and it simply explains, this is your instant popularity kit. Enjoy being the favorite new neighbor in your new neighborhood. And what I found is that everybody's so excited that they post it on Facebook and they tag me. And once you get 20 of those, there were a lot of real estate agents that reached out. I got a lot of private messages from real estate agents who sort of saw the value and are hoping that I have more ideas along these lines and want to jump in and do business together and want to market together. And just that sort of organic engagement and clients jumping out and just being excited about it naturally on Facebook, it pushed me a long way. And this year I actually put a call to action in the card, which is awkward, but I just encourage them to tag me if they post a picture. So we'll see how much more that bumps that up. So I would say total cost to send out 75 or 80 of these is right around $2,000. I definitely got some business directly from this, which I didn't anticipate. This was supposed to be just sort of a marketing top of mind thing. I got a couple of refinances directly related to this from people who I'd sent candy to, who I didn't even actually do loans for because I sort of opened it up on Facebook. So total cost, $2,000, and definitely a lot of new relationships and new clients out of it. So that's just my tip for the day. I hope it helps.
If you feel somebody's listening, it may alter what you say, altering what you think. So you do bring up some good points. I don't know if I'd want to buy a bug.
Just saying.
I don't know if I'd want to buy a bugged house. Anyways, at the Mortgage Bankers Convention in Denver, HUD Secretary Ben Carson told the crowd, "We have heard concerns on the part of some in the lending community about participating fully in our programs because of the undue risk they perceive from a lack of clarity in what we expect and exposure to outside liability from immaterial errors. Lenders have rightly pointed out that absolute perfection in the lending process cannot be achieved, and that borrowers bear the cost of compliance through higher mortgage rates, and that other sectors of the market have made real progress in addressing these issues and creating more confidence to lend."
This is one response that we've been looking for, asking for the past half decade, right? This is the problem, and it's finally being acknowledged. Carson went on with a solution.
Carson goes on to say, "We have heard these concerns, and today I am very pleased to announce that HUD, in consultation with the Justice Department, is committed to reviewing and addressing these issues." He went on to say that this review will benefit greatly from the extensive feedback received from lenders and other stakeholders in our request for input on regulatory reform conducted in response to the President's executive orders on burdensome regulation. Your feedback, that being the mortgage bankers, brokers, and anybody in this industry, and recommendations from them is going to be invaluable. Wow, that is huge.
It is huge. Listen, having a regulator honestly and earnestly asking for help, a partnership of sorts from those that they regulate, is the single most promising thing that I've heard in the mortgage industry in years. Further, who's going to benefit? I'll tell you who. The consumer! Finally! That's all I got to say today.
I'm afraid somebody's listening.
I am too. I don't want to say anything.
I want to go to lunch now.
I'm going.
Subscribe.
Forward share.
Do all that stuff.
Bye.